Hey, you guys, it's your girl T. So I wanted to come on here and talk about the whole Cam Newton situation, honey. I don't know what is going on with Cam Newton. The other day, his ass was getting roasted up and down Twitter for looking like a damn Bearstein bear. You know, Cam Newton was on some don't need no hateration, holleration in this dancery. I'm sitting here like, what the hell is wrong with Cam Newton? What the hell is he wearing? And why do all these professional athletes secretly want to be models? Between Cam Newton and Russell Westbrook, they're both doing a bit too damn much in the fashion department, okay? So now if that's not crazy enough, with Twitter dragging him the other day for wearing that weird ass outfit with that big ass Smokey the Bear hat, Cam Newton is currently being drugged up and down Black Twitter, honey. His new interview with GQ magazine has come out, and Cam Newton done, switched up on everybody, okay? Now, initially when he came out back in January, he spoke very adamantly and very boldly about his treatment in the NFL. As you guys know, Cam Newton with his fine, sexy ass, honey, yes. He was doing the damn thing during Super Bowl season last year, and every time he'd make a touchdown, he would dab and dance, and he brought the fun back into the NFL. And some white people felt very uncomfortable with that. A white woman even wrote a letter saying that he needs to stop dancing and doing all this foolishness and doing these pelvic thrusts. It makes her daughter uncomfortable. And then basically Cam Newton, spoke out about all of this and said that he was getting all this hate because he was a black quarterback in the NFL.
Nothing's changed, but the only thing that's changed is that we're winning. And I've said it since day one. I'm an African-American quarterback that may scare a lot of people because they haven't seen nothing that they can compare me to.
And when he said that, that resonated with a lot of people, especially black folks, honey. Folks was giving him props. Folks was like, yes, Cam, tell it, preach, honey, amen, yes. And, people really agree with him. But now in this GQ magazine, Cam Newton done switched up his entire stance. Like, they're asking him about racism and, Donald Trump and everything else. And his answers are very, very PC. Go ahead and check out this news clip really quick, and I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary.
Cam Newton made noise prior to last season's Super Bowl when he said some of his criticism may be because he's an African-American quarterback. Newton eased off those comments shortly after, and in a new interview with GQ, Newton backtracked even further, saying, quote, "It's not racism. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion," adding, "I don't want this to be about race because it's not. It's not. Like, we're beyond that as a nation." The Panthers QB has quickly become one of the faces of the NFL and has redefined the dual threat QB. At just 27 years old, he's already tied Steve Young for most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. But Newton wouldn't dive into politics with GQ, refusing to discuss his thoughts on the presidential race, along with North Carolina's new bathroom law, saying, quote, "I look at it like some people have certain beliefs and I have my own belief, and we can agree to disagree on certain things."
All right, so you guys just saw that news clip. And so Cam Newton is basically saying that there's not really a lot of racism anymore, and we're beyond that as a nation. So right now, Black Twitter has a big problem with what he said, and folks are currently dragging him. I want you guys to go ahead and check out these comments, these tweets, what people are saying about Cam Newton online, honey. Check this out, and I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary. All right, so you guys just saw the comments, the tweets, and what folks had to say. So a lot of folks want to know my opinion on this situation. And, you know, of course, racism is over. I mean, why y'all mad at Cam Newton? Of course, racism is over. After all, you know, we have Tom Brady and Brandon Bolden, you know, dancing together in the same room as Wiz Khalifa. I'm just saying, as long as Tom Brady and Brandon Bolden are dancing together, there is no more racism. You know, like, it just sounds foolish for Cam to say that. You know, if there was no more racism, if everything was going good in this country, Milwaukee, Wisconsin would not literally be on fire right now.
Protests and violence erupting again in Milwaukee. Demonstrators firing shots.
A lot of shots right now.
Throwing objects.
Oh, it looks like the gas tank just popped.
And setting cars on fire.
You know, even though I don't talk about political stuff on my channel anymore, don't get it twisted. I'm very aware of what's going on around me. I'm not just, you know, up on celebrity gossip. I keep up to date with everything going on around me in this world. So I'm very aware of what's going on in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Just because I'm not doing a video on it does not mean that I don't know about it. So for me, for Cam to say that is very disingenuous. You know what I'm saying? There's still a lot of racism going on in this country. And I think the election is bringing a lot of that out in people. It's always been there, but I think this election is definitely emboldening a lot of folks. And I think sometimes, I know we use the word racism interchangeably, but I'm seeing a lot of prejudice. That's really the word that we should be using, but I know we use racism interchangeably. I'm seeing a lot of prejudice on both sides. You know, I'm seeing it from black people and white people. Black people, yes, can be prejudiced, but with racism is an institution, and black folks honestly do not have the power to be racist. They don't have the power to control where people live. They don't have the power to deny you jobs. So that's why people say that black folks can't be racist, but they definitely can be prejudiced. I know racism still exists because I still receive a lot of racist comments on my channel, but then I also receive a lot of degrading comments from other black people on my channel as well. So I kind of get it from both ends. You know, the problem with Cam is that I feel like he's made a lot of money. His star is shining bright, and I feel like he's not trying to ruffle any feathers, okay? I don't believe that Cam Newton genuinely believes that racism is over. If he genuinely believed that, he would not have been screaming that folks were treating him different because he was a black quarterback, okay? So I don't believe what he's saying in this GQ magazine. I feel like he's gotten to the point where he's wearing $4,000 jackets, $2,000 pants, you know, $1,000 penny loafers and shit. I think he's just gotten to the point now where, you know, he feels like he's kind of above that racism. He's reached that upper echelon. So he feels like because it's not really affecting him, he doesn't really need to speak on it or address it, you know, out of sight, out of mind, okay? But let's be honest, if we were to take away the money and the fame, then let's see if Cam Newton would still think that there was no more racism and that this nation is beyond racism. You know, so that's kind of the thing that happens when you have a few token black people who become famous, who become rich. Then all of a sudden they don't see racism, and all of a sudden racism doesn't really exist. You know, so I think that's really unfortunate. I still love me some Cam Newton because he's fine. I'm not even gonna front, honey. I don't know what the hell he's wearing. I'm not liking these new outfits, Cam. I don't like these new outfits, so I gotta keep that shit real. Will the old Cam Newton please come back and wear the regular shit you used to wear? Because that Bear Bear outfit had me giving you the side eye, honey, okay? So anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire situation concerning Cam Newton. Are you disappointed by his response? How do you feel about him saying that, you know, basically, you know, this is beyond racism, and, you know, he really doesn't see racism and the nation is getting over racism? Meanwhile, we have a lot of things going on in the country with police brutality and, you know, rioting and things like that. So there's definitely, you know, racism going on. But do you feel like Cam Newton is just now scared to kind of address that because he did receive a lot of backlash when he spoke out and said that he was getting, you know, basically picked apart because he was a black quarterback? So do you feel like maybe because he received so much backlash, that's why he's really not trying to go there with the whole race issue? So anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. All right, deuces. Hey, you guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit Lovelyti.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.